Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. In this video, I'm also going to talk a little bit about what's going on with the SEC and the rest of crypto as well. But in yesterday's video, I talked about the judge and the Epstein case. And still today, people are fighting around this. They're saying that judge is definitely going to rule in favor of the SEC over Ripple because that judge is tied to all kinds of corruption. And it's not true. Even Johnny Deaton refutes claims that the judge in the Ripple case is part of the deep state. Consequently, Judge Torres dismissing this case has raised eyebrows within the XRP community. Some now speculate that the judge is part of an alleged cover-up and out to protect the government's interest, in which case she would likely give a ruling in favor of the SEC in the case against Ripple over whether XRP is an unregistered security. Absolutely not true, Deaton said in a tweet yesterday, refuting these speculations. The attorney representing thousands of XRP holders as a friend of the court in a long-running legal battle between the SEC and Ripple pointed out that the reports indicate that Judge Torres only dismissed the case because prosecutors had reached a plea deal with the guards. So there you have it. But why do people speculate so much inside of the XRP community? I believe it's because we have been through so much. Think about it. We're still tied up in this SEC versus Ripple case since December of 2020. And along the way, people got their hopes up. This is the time it's going to end. And what happens? Delay after delay. So then people get discouraged again. But then we found out that how corrupt the SEC truly is. And now any sign of corruption that we see right away, we tie it into this case. And then it's like the sky is falling. But that's why I always tell you, I don't like to talk about things until I give it a little bit of time to sit, because a lot of what we see all the time is speculation. Then later, the facts come out around it. And then you realize it's not as big of a deal as you originally thought. And that's why I said in yesterday's video, I still didn't believe that this judge was corrupt in any way. In fact, I still believe she sees through the corruption at the SEC, and I believe she's going to 100% rule in favor of Ripple at some point. Ripple's CEO warns of the harm to the crypto industry if the SEC wins its lawsuit over XRP. Now, I'm not going to read through this whole thing, but one thing Garlinghouse says here makes a hell of a lot of sense. Garlinghouse explained that he first got involved in the tech industry in the late 1990s. Some were saying the internet should be banned, kind of the way they're saying crypto should be banned now. He continued, they were saying how the internet is being used for illicit purposes, kind of the way they're talking about crypto now. But the US government said, no, no, no. We are going to create a framework, and that allowed entrepreneurs, that allowed investors to come in and look at the benefits to the United States on a geopolitical basis, noting that the US risks missing out on the next evolution of technology around blockchain and crypto, the Ripple boss warned. So because Brad's seen this happen with the internet back in the 1990s, he's probably wondering, where is Congress to step in and rein in Gary Gensler? End this case against, Ripple. Why would Congress not want to keep innovation inside of the U.S.? Why are they letting innovation walk right out of this country? That's the big question here. But because Brad's seen this play out in the past, he's probably confused as to why the SEC is doing what it's doing today. Ripple evidence more compelling as SEC lawsuit reaches 800 days. So 94.7% voted in favor of the option that Ripple defense and evidence were stronger, while a minority of 5.2% voted in favor of a stronger SEC charges and allegations. Most people that are in crypto, even if they're not XRP investors, still believe Ripple's going to win this case. They believe that the evidence is very strong in favor of Ripple. And everybody in crypto right now should definitely be rooting for Ripple as well, because Ripple's out there fighting for all of crypto. Now, We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with the SEC, but this is very big because if this is true, this could be catastrophic for crypto and catastrophic for Binance. Former SEC attorney warns Binance will face inevitable bank run. I told you so. BNB tokens are not mined. No energy went into making them. They print up as many as they want and then launder US money. Be careful if you use Binance. Binance, one of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges, may face an epic bank run, according to John Reed Stark, a former attorney for US SEC. In a tweet posted on March 6, Stark called Binance a shadow bank that mints its own counterfeit currency while providing a range of financial services with no U.S. regulatory oversight or audit. Stark's comments come amid growing concerns from U.S. lawmakers over Binance's operations. Now, I'm really hoping Binance doesn't fall because I believe that would be terrible for crypto right now. Now we're going to see Elizabeth Warren demands answers from Binance CEO. And she says in a letter, your company's apparent attempts at evading the enforcement of anti-money laundering laws, security laws, information reporting requirements, and other financial regulations cast serious doubt on the stability and legitimacy of Binance and its related entities, and on your commitment to your customers. Now, I feel that something bigger could be at play here as well. Maybe BlackRock and Coinbase are pulling some strings. Who knows? We're going to have to wait and see how this all plays out, though. Elizabeth Warren turns post 2008 mortgage crackdown playbook on crypto. This isn't good if this is what's really going on here. So, this came to be known as regulation through enforcement. And like the crypto industry today, the mortgage industry was super pissed. But the mortgage industry took its lumps and is quite stable now. Law clarity now outweighs enforcement actions, but it took an entire era. So, to the crypto execs and advocates, you can decry Elizabeth Warren crypto regulation through enforcement all you want, but it's going to take years and enforcements that eventually lead to laws to get the clarity you seek. So, is she playing the same exact playbook against crypto? And if that's true, how long is it going to take until we actually get laws in place around crypto? If it took an era to get laws around mortgages. BK Coin is the latest target of the SEC's enforcement spree on crypto. BK Coin Management raised roughly $100 million from at least 55 investors to invest in crypto assets between October 2018 and September 2022, the SEC said on Monday. The company and one of its principals, Kevin Kang, used $3.6 million to make a Ponzi-like payments, the commission alleges in a complaint filed in the United States District Court. Kang also used at least $371,000 of investors' money to pay for vacations, sporting events tickets, and a New York City apartment. That sounds a lot like Sam Bankman-Fried. Ethereum at risk? What happens if the SEC rules it's an unregistered security? And again, we shouldn't be hoping that Ethereum falls either, because that would be very bad for crypto as well. If Ethereum is classified as a security, it would be subject to additional regulatory requirements, hindering its growth potential. It would be subject to registration and reporting requirements of the Securities Act of 1934, limiting its use cases. And we know Gary is already pointing in that direction. He says all of crypto's a security except Bitcoin. And he's even hinted about Ethereum in the past. Let's hope Ethereum's not next on the chopping block. Now, they're also talking about mining, crypto mining equipment that Gary's going after, but that's not the case. Here's what happened. Green United's LLC's cryptocurrency mining equipment and software didn't actually mine digital tokens as promised to investors, who entrusted $18 million to the company, the SEC said in a new suit. Green United eventually purchased unmined tokens and distributed them to the investors' accounts to create the appearance of a successful mining operation, the SEC says. But then right away, people were saying this. The SEC is literally trying to ban Bitcoin. with prohibiting the sale of mining equipment. And that's not exactly what that said. That's why I always said you have speculation and you have facts. It's just another company that was doing illegal activity. Ripple FedNow connections. Now, there's a lot of connections with Ripple to FedNow, and I still believe that at some point the US is going to use XRP. Once that liquidity crisis sets in, and that's coming at some point, they are going to welcome Ripple and XRP with open arms. But I think there's going to be some pain until we get there, some delay. Time will pass. But the Ripple FedNow connections tell me that this whole case with the SEC is a delay tactic, holding XRP and Ripple back until the right time. XRPayNet is a network protocol and infrastructure for exchanging value using the infrastructure of the XRP ledger, currently being built in partnership with Ripple. XRPayNet is going to also be a very big thing. They're going to have credit cards that you could actually shop with your crypto, and you could borrow against your crypto as well. More than a quarter of U.S. millennials plan to use crypto to fund retirement. According to a recent survey published by Investopedia, 28% of the U.S. millennials polled said they expect to use cryptocurrency to support themselves in retirement, a figure that was higher than those who said they would use savings, 25%, and stock investments, 27%. That's why the banks are afraid. They're worried that, and that's probably why politicians are trying to hold crypto back as well, because they know people are starting to figure out that whatever they would put into their savings account at a bank, they're better off putting it into crypto. They could easily get 100x at some point, maybe even beyond that. You could build generational wealth off of crypto. The bank isn't going to give you those opportunities. And the current legacy system is dying out. And it's just a matter of time until the current financial system comes crashing down. And that's when crypto will rise. U.S. senators urge Meta to deny children's access to the metaverse. Now, this I could kind of agree with, but really, what's a kid going to see in the metaverse that they're not seeing on mainstream TV right now with all the satanic rituals at events and things like that? But again, it looks like Congress is stepping in to making it demanding that people under 17 years of age be denied access to Horizon's World metaverse. And I feel that right now, this country has to do something very big. They have to make changes. It has to start with taking down the SEC so innovation can strive in the country. This way we could stay ahead of the rest of the world like we always had as far as innovation. But again, we're XRP investors. Things seem to take time. So we got to stay patient and stay positive and let all of it play out. But with that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.